You know those moments when you have a brief conversation with a total stranger and it just clicks? A little moment that stands out in your day for no real reason. Well, let's get into it. Today we're going to explore those powerful, unspoken connections, what makes them so memorable, and why they matter so much.
So let me ask you this. Think about it for a second. When you first meet someone, what do you really notice? Is it their clothes, their smile? Or is it something less tangible? Something you can't quite put your finger on, but you just feel? Yeah, keep that thought in mind.
Well, there's actually a word for these moments. It's salient. It basically just means something that's super important or noticeable. It just pops. And that's exactly what we're going to break down here. What makes these interactions stand out in a sea of otherwise totally routine encounters?
So what is it that actually stands out? It's almost never just about how someone looks, right? We're often connecting on a much deeper, way more intuitive level.
And it's so true, isn't it? It feels like we all have this kind of built-in radar. You can often get a general feel, a gut feeling, about whether someone is open to a conversation or if they'd, rather be left alone. It's a sense that goes far, far beyond what we just see on the surface.
Okay, so how do we get that feel? Where does it come from? Well, it all comes down to the subtle art of reading the signs. Every single interaction is just packed with tiny clues, if you know where to look.
And it's never just one single thing. It's the whole combination. Your brain is subconsciously analyzing their body language. Are they open or are they closed off? You're listening to their tone of voice. Is it warm or kind of flat? And crucially, you're paying attention to how they answer your questions. Yeah, the way people answer tells you pretty much everything. Short, straightforward answers are often just about efficiency. Getting in and getting out. But longer answers? Oh, that's an invitation. They're designed to build a little bridge, to spark a real conversation, and try to form a connection.
Now, of course, trying to connect like this has a little bit of risk. It doesn't always pan out. But honestly, it's always worth the try. Because when it does work, even for just a brief moment, the feeling is just wonderful.
And that wonderful feeling, that's what we call the fireworks moment. It's that magical, instant sense of understanding when a connection truly, totally clicks.
It feels like a strange, almost magical attraction. And this isn't about romance. It's about recognition. A sudden, unexpected sense of just being on the same page with another person.
And the crucial point here is this is all happening intuitively. It's a feeling that exists way below the surface level of the words being spoken. It's not something you say. It's something you both just get.
And then, bam! It's like fireworks. A sudden, brilliant explosion of mutual understanding and connection, all in one spectacular moment. It's that peak experience where you feel completely in sync with someone you may have only just met.
But just like fireworks, these moments are often fleeting. And there's a certain bittersweetness to it all. The feeling is so wonderful that it can actually feel a bit sad when the interaction inevitably has to end, and you both have to go your separate ways.
So why do we cherish these fleeting moments so much? What makes them feel so powerful? The answer lies in the unspoken truth of what's really being shared, and why these moments truly matter. In that moment of connection, that is the loudest truth, the shared understanding, the shared humanity. It's a feeling so powerful and real, it's louder than anything that could possibly be said out loud.
You may never see that person again. You might not even remember their name. But you know what? That doesn't matter. The connection itself might fade, but the memory of that unbelievable peak moment, that stays with you.
And here's a beautiful way to think about it. Your day can be a blur of anonymous faces, just a sea of silhouettes. But that one salient interaction, that one person, they become two bright, focused eyes. They stand out with perfect clarity.
Ultimately, this isn't just some pleasant experience. It's a deeply meaningful one. We all have the power to make each other's day better, not with grand gestures, but with these simple, brief, unspoken moments of authentic human connection.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. Look back on your week, or even just your day. Can you pinpoint one of those fireworks moments? A small, salient interaction that stood out from the blur? What peak moment made your day?